I made a video a few years ago about the Blondies, and although Curtis hasn't changed the specs on these pickups, I thought it's been a couple years and it's time to update my review. If you're new to researching these pickups, the Blondies are more of a modern take on the traditional Telecaster pickup, and they are specifically designed and wired with the praise and worship guitarist in mind. This means that Lambertones is going to use slightly different magnets and a little bit different of an output compared to maybe what you're used to with Telecaster pickups. And in this case, the neck position has Alnico Type 3 magnets, with the bridge position having Alnico Type 5 magnets. And you're going to have slightly lower output in the neck at 5.8 thousand ohms of resistance, and then 7.75 thousand in the bridge. And what that practically means for you is in that neck position, you're going to have something that's really balanced. It's going to be warm, but it's not going to be muddy, and it's going to be really clean. And in this case, in the bridge position, you're gonna have slightly higher output. It means that you're able to jump into those lead lines with confidence and be able to still throw on a ton of gain and overdrive, reverb, or delay, and still keep all of that Tele goodness exactly like you would want from a modern Tele pickup. And one other really cool thing about the Blondies is you can order it with an open grill in the neck position. And although my current guitar doesn't have this, I did have it on my last guitar, and I am convinced that it does help make a slight difference in your neck pickup position, where you're gonna have just a little bit more clarity than you would have otherwise. One other perk too is because I'm an affiliate with Lambertones, I've been a partner with them for about 3 years now. You can check out a link in the description. You'll get 10% off your order, and it does help support the channel as well. One other consideration when swapping out your pickups in a Tele could also be upgrading your wiring harness to something like a 4-way switch. And if you've never researched that before, check it out. It's super cool, but it actually gives you the ability to have your traditional Tele tones in the neck, the middle, and the bridge position, but then in the fourth position, you now get the opportunity to have the neck and the bridge position both in series and in parallel. Gives you that kind of humbucker style sound, but in a single coil body. Super cool. Check it out if you've never seen it. Let's hear some more sound samples. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the Blondies are some of my favorite Tele pickups. And I think this is largely because they fit so well within the style of music that I play. I play a lot of alternative, indie rock, and worship music, and it really fits those genres well. And in this case, the Blondies fit that worship playing style really well, where they've got a ton of clarity, but because they are going to be a bit more pushed in the low end and have a bit more balanced high end, they fit that alternative and indie rock style music super well. Similarly, I've always kind of had a love-hate relationship with the neck position on a Tele. I know some people might think I'm crazy here, but a lot of times I never even use it, and I'd stick between the middle and the bridge position because I never liked the sounds I was getting. And in this case, the Blondies are able to give you that traditional kind of Strat neck position tone. It's never flubby, it's never muddy, and you still have that really warm, kind of jazzy sound from your neck pickup. And like I mentioned earlier, I've always had a soft spot for that middle position on Tele pickups. It removes that traditional 60 cycle hum, but you also get something that's really balanced between your neck and your bridge position, especially for clean tones or maybe a dotted eighth type sound. And lastly, I've always loved the bridge position on Telecasters. They sound huge, they're really fat and really warm, and in this case, it gives you that sound almost like you're playing a Les Paul in a Fender body. And with the Blondies having a bit higher output on the bridge position, it feels really good to jump into that lead position when playing a solo. And where I think this is applicable to you is if you're a guitarist that's really wanting to bring their guitar back to life, I think the Blondies will really help you do that. Specifically, who I think these pickups are for is if you are somebody that feels like your current pickups are a little lackluster, maybe you've got a Squire or a Made in Mexico Tele, or maybe you have a Made in America Telecaster and you just feel like the pickups just aren't doing it, I think the Blondies are a really fantastic option. Similarly, if you are a worship guitarist, look no further. I think the Blondies are a perfect solution that are going to give you that edge of breakup style tone that you want while still being able to retain all of their clarity even while having a ton of reverb and delay stacked into your signal chain. And if you do want more options, I just made a video comparing the pure vintage 64 pickups from Fender, which are a great option against the Lambertone Blondies. You can check that out right here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.